The year 2025 is approaching like a storm. Whispers of prophecies echo across the world, and among those whispers, one name rises above all: Baba Vanga, the blind mystic whose visions continue to terrify and fascinate humanity. She once said that entire nations would vanish by 2025, not through gradual decline, but sudden disappearance, borders redrawn, flags erased, sovereignty questioned, millions left searching for identity. At first, it sounded impossible. Today, it feels inevitable. Welcome to Prophecy Pulse, the channel where truth, mystery, and destiny collide. If you believe the world is heading towards something bigger than politics, bigger than power, then stay with us. Like this video, share it widely, and subscribe now. Because what you're about to hear may be the most shocking prophecy of our time. Baba Vanga's words from decades ago are unfolding before our very eyes, and the year 2025 may mark the beginning of the unthinkable. Nations vanishing from the map forever. Imagine waking up and realizing your country no longer exists. Your passport is invalid, your borders are gone, your anthem silenced, your homeland swallowed by war, disaster, or the rising sea. This is not fiction, it's prophecy. Baba Vanga, often called the Nostradamus of the Balkans, lived in obscurity until her predictions started proving true. She foresaw natural disasters, political upheavals, and global tragedies. Skeptics mocked her, but history has given her chilling credibility. One of her most haunting claims was clear. By 2025, several nations would cease to exist. No gradual fading into history, no slow cultural decline, but sudden, shocking disappearance. And today, the evidence points to that terrifying possibility. Two countries already stand on the edge of vanishing. Their fate mirrors Baba Vanga's words. They are not myths, they are real. Their survival is measured in months, maybe years, and their story forces us to confront the fragility of nations. The first is Tuvalu, a tiny island nation in the Pacific. Rising seas are swallowing its land inch by inch. Entire villages have already been consumed. Tuvalu is preparing for the unimaginable, existing only as a digital nation when the ocean claims its soil. Think about that. A country without land, a homeland without homes, a people forced to live as digital citizens of a nation that exists only on servers and memory. Baba Vanga's prophecy is already finding flesh in Tuvalu's struggle. But Tuvalu is not alone. Other nations face extinction through war, debt, or disaster. Ukraine's sovereignty hangs by a thread in the face of brutal conflict. Small African nations are destabilized by famine and corruption. The map we know may not survive 2025. If Baba Vanga was right, disappearance means more than redrawing maps. It means millions waking up stateless. Where do they belong? Who will protect them? What does citizenship mean when the soil beneath your feet no longer belongs to a country? For centuries, we believed nations were permanent. Flags symbolized eternity. Constitutions promised endurance. But prophecy reminds us, nations are fragile illusions held together by land, unity, and belief. Remove one, and the entire structure collapses. Imagine the psychological weight. You introduce yourself by nationality, and suddenly, that nationality no longer exists. You become a refugee of time, a ghost of a vanished homeland. This is the nightmare Baba Vanga foresaw for millions. Her prophecies often carried metaphor layered in mystery. Nations will disappear, she said, but how? By disaster, by war, by politics, or by the silent tide of nature reclaiming what man built? Today we see all four converging. Climate change devours islands, war devours borders, economic collapse devours governments, technology devours sovereignty. The prophecy does not point to one cause, but many, and that is why 2025 may be remembered as the year nations truly began to fall. Consider Tuvalu's digital plan, a government stored in cloud servers, laws upheld through blockchain, citizens connecting through cyberspace. It sounds futuristic, but in truth, it is tragic. For no technology can replace the sacred bond between land and identity. Without land, culture drifts. Without borders, heritage dissolves. Without soil, history loses roots. Baba Vanga's prophecy reminds us that a nation is not indestructible. It can vanish overnight, leaving only fragments of memory in the minds of its people. Think of civilizations lost in history. Atlantis swallowed by the sea, the Mayans fading into mystery, Babylon crumbling into dust. They once thought their nations eternal, yet time erased them. Prophecy suggests our modern nations may suffer the same fate. And perhaps Baba Vanga's prophecy was not just about nations, but about humanity itself. She warned of collapse, of trials, of people forgetting what it means to belong. Maybe the vanishing of nations is the first step toward a new world order. What happens when the old flags burn away? A new system rises. One government, one currency, one digital empire. Prophecy suggests the vanishing of nations could be the birth pangs of a single, united world, or a tyrannical global control. As the clock ticks toward 2025, we must ask, how close are we to this tipping point? The signs are everywhere. Rising waters threaten island nations. Wars destabilize Europe and Asia. Economies crumble under debt. Nations stand on borrowed time. Baba Vanga never gave exact names. She left prophecy open, as if testing humanity to see who would listen. But the puzzle pieces align. Tuvalu, Kiribati, Maldives, Ukraine, even Taiwan, all stand vulnerable, their survival uncertain as 2025 draws near. When she spoke of nations disappearing, many dismissed it as impossible. Today, governments themselves prepare for the worst. The prophecy is no longer fantasy. It is geopolitical reality, and the consequences will ripple far beyond any single border. Think of the refugee crises we've already seen, millions fleeing war in Syria, entire populations uprooted from Afghanistan. What happens when whole countries vanish? Where will millions go? Who will welcome them? Who decides their fate? The prophecy raises haunting questions about identity. Is a nation its soil or its people? If the soil is gone but the people survive, does the nation live on? Or does it truly disappear, becoming nothing but a memory? Tuvalu argues it will live on digitally, but can a server replace a sunrise over homeland soil? Can pixels replace the sound of waves on ancestral shores? The prophecy suggests no. When the land is gone, something deeper vanishes forever. Nations are more than governments. They are memory, they are ancestors. They are stories told around fire and songs sung in native tongues. When nations vanish, cultures vanish. Prophecy warns us, we may lose more than flags. We may lose identity itself. The year 2025 may not be the end of the world, but it could be the end of worlds. Worlds of people, culture, and belonging. This is what Baba Vanga saw. And this is why her prophecy chills us today. Skeptics laugh. They say nations cannot simply vanish. But history tells another story. The Soviet Union disappeared overnight. Yugoslavia dissolved into fragments. East Germany ceased to exist. Nations are fragile threads, and prophecy shows how easily they unravel. Baba Vanga's prophecy is not a curse. It is a warning, a mirror held up to humanity. Will we listen? Will we act? Or will we dismiss her until the borders we trust are erased forever? And so we stand at the edge of 2025. The blind mystic's words echo louder than ever. Nations will disappear. Perhaps the only question left is, whose homeland will be next? And when the maps change, will humanity change with them? This is Prophecy Pulse, where we bring you visions of destiny unfolding in real time. If Baba Vanga's prophecy struck you with truth tonight, share this video so others may see. Like it. Subscribe to Prophecy Pulse and stay awake for what comes next. Because 2025 is closer than we think. And when the year arrives, the world we know may no longer exist. Nations may vanish, borders may dissolve, and humanity will face the greatest test of identity it has ever known. The prophecy has been spoken. The signs are here, the storm is rising. Prepare yourself, because Baba Vanga's vision is no longer in the future, it is now.